Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Moffie. And this is a new film from IFC Films, written and directed by Oliver Hermanus, who is a South African director and writer. And this film focuses on a young man who, at the time of this film taking place in 1981, is launched into the military as part of the apartheid regime in South Africa once you're 16 years old. And he is sent off to the border to protect against Angola, which is controlled by communist Russia. And what's going on here is this young man is gay, and he's trying to hide his homosexuality as he's surrounded with all these testosterone-driven young men, which I would imagine would be very difficult. And he starts to develop these feelings with another young soldier. And you have this setup. This film does such a great job of setting up this world, and it has some very subtle expositional text that pops up intermittently throughout the first scene as you're at this kind of going away party. And you can tell that, like, one of the people at the party is just like, "Hope you come back in one piece," and it's just like that guy at the party. And you can tell, like, his father comes in to say goodbye to this young man, who, want to mention, is played by Kai Luke Brummer, who plays Nicholas. And he comes in and hands him a dirty magazine, and it's of women, so obviously it sets that precedent of, like, who knows that he's gay? Not his father. And he has this hidden inside him, and he's sent off. You right off the bat with this mustachioed guy running this sergeant or captain, and you're dealing with this instructor on the train, and they're all very intense about everything and putting people into place. And there's a lot of racism that you see very explicitly and bluntly in this film. They harass and drench this older black man at a train station. There's a lot of use of hate speech while training them, telling them that they're made in God's image, talking poorly about the communists and about black people, using not the term black people. And this film is very, very raw and does not shy away from showing things. And that emotion is so impactful in this film because you see scenes where it's very much in the moment, and the reactionary of, like, him as a young man watching another boy at a pool in the showers, and the scene that happens, or them having this, like, spin the bottle, like, Fight Club basically kind of thing, and they're beating the crap out of each other. And they show what happens if you're gay in the military and you're beaten. And you have all of these scenes, and you also have the reverse of these really tender, like, moments where he has with a fellow soldier as they're together at night out getting close to one another. And you can feel that tension going on between them, and it's very poignant. Hermanus captures that so well in this film. The tension and the raw emotion of this film is captured so perfectly and precisely by Oliver Hermanus as he's directing this film, and the story builds so naturally leading up to this young man hopefully going to a point where he can be himself and just be loving in those moments. And this is beautifully shot. The texture, the colors, the lighting. This is a beautiful vintage film. And Jamie Ramsey, who's the cinematographer, does an amazing job of capturing the colors, the textured look of it. It looks vintage in many ways. It kind of has that feel of a Luca Guadagnino film or series. It has that raw beauty, and it's such a great contrast when you have that raw beauty set against these violent acts of war, these violent acts of aggression against each other, this hate speech, and all these different things going on in this film. And it's such an amazing contrast. And then you have the score, which Bram Dutoit, who does the score for this, the composer, this is an overbearing score. It's like the sound mixing might be like on Nolan level, but it is beautiful and emotional and will hit you like a freight train. And it just elevates what Hermanus is doing with everything else in this film. It's very real and raw and intense and doesn't pull away. And I think Moffie is jumped up into my top 5 of 2021 so far, and I loved this film. And it's a hard watch, but it is moving and beautiful and raw and dirty all at once. And I think this is a special kind of film. IFC definitely has a winner here, and I highly recommend checking out Moffie. But those are my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.